Hey VC, how's it going? It's Jeff, Glowing Double O Cabbage here, back for another video. And it feels good to be making these regularly. And you know, it's been great. People have been communicating and talking about records, and it's just like old times. It really, truly is, and it's just awesome. So yeah, I've got some records here, and I just wanted to share them. Some of them are brand new that I just picked up recently, like new vinyl finds, and some are part of my listening stack, and I'm just gonna merge them all together. We're gonna start off with some records that I've been listening to in the past couple of days. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but it's really nice. Like, we have this like music listening time now in the evening, and it's it's meant to be quiet time, but I use it to play music. Quiet time from Netflix and stuff, you know what I mean? So easy to get bogged down in that, habit of just watching shows all the time and stuff. And there's other art forms to experience and explore. But I listened to this. It's pretty cool too, because my wife is getting a little bit of a musical education of sorts, I guess. But this is Alice Coltrane's Reflections on Creation and Space, a compilation that was released on Impulse Records in 1972, and this one here is from 1973, so it's like a repress of it. Alice Coltrane was, of course, John Coltrane's wife, and an incredibly creative musician in her own right, of course. She's a harp player, but the people that she has playing with her on this are just, Pharoah Sanders, Joe Henderson, Frank Lowe, Ron Carter, Jimmy Garrison, Reggie Workman, Cecil McBee, Charlie Hayden, Ben Riley, Rashid Ali, Clifford Jarvis, Jack DeJohnette. Incredible 2 LP set, and not too hard to find either, and not too difficult on the pocketbook. It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy going. You probably get this for about $15, $20, something like that. But great album, especially the track Blue Nile on this, and of course Journey to Satchidananda, yes, which is like her magnum opus, really. This one I've only listened to one of the records so far, and but it's a band that I really enjoy. Even the kind of cheesier stuff that they release, I like. I find sometimes Tangerine Dream can veer off in that direction, and but this is a live album called Encore, released on Polydor. This is the Canadian pressing from 1977 on Virgin. And these are just like a collage of photos from the tour that they were doing. This is the North American tour that they did in 1977 in March and April. Tangerine Dream, of course, is Edgar Froese and Chris Frank and Peter Baumann. So this is a really nice. Each track is one whole side, so it's great. It's just really great stuff. I can't wait to listen to the rest of this. Another album that I listened to that I've had for a while, that I just never realized it packed that much heat. It's just such a great album. I mean, how can it not be, with Julian Cannonball Adderley, John Coltrane, Red Garland, Paul Chambers, and Philly Joe Jones? This is Miles Davis's Milestone. This is a repress on Columbia, released, not sure actually, but I know that this is not original. I mean, it says electronically rechanneled for stereo. I really don't mind the way this record sounds, but I imagine that the original sounds so much better. But the straight No Chaser cover on this of Thelonious Monk is just absolutely out of this world great. I love it, and it just goes to a different level of consciousness, All right, next, an album, a solo album by an artist that I discovered on a Tarika Blue record that I showed a few videos back. But the guitarist, the Japanese guitarist Rio Kawasaki, who's played a lot, I've learned through Chris Cole. Hi Chris, if you're watching, how's it going, man? Thanks for all the awesome music tips that you've given me and everybody else over the years. It's been amazing. Because I wouldn't have known about this. I wouldn't have known that Rio Kawasaki had solo stuff at all. But anyway, yeah, he's done some stuff with Elvin Jones, which I guess is some of his best work, according to Dave Wayne too. Hi, Dave. How's it going? If you're watching, I don't know if you do. 8 Mile Road is the name of this one. Yeah, 8 Mile Road on Inner City, based out of New York City. There's the back. Really, really great jazz funk fusion. Like, it is just smoking. Sometimes, they obviously slow her down and get into the what I call a little bit more like sort of the cheesy dated sound, but mostly this is just all killer, especially the first tune on each side, 8 Mile Road, and then on side 2 on the dot is just, whoa. You probably find them on YouTube if you really want to listen. But yeah, on Inner City, just incredible album. I'm really glad to have this. I got this at a really great price too, a local shop, Backstreet Records. I think it was like $8, and I hope to find some more by Rio Kawasaki. I mentioned in my video before this, I showed the records that I brought to like a record night where you could play your records and stuff at this club called Port City Royal. And this was one of the records that was played, and I loved it. It was just, I wouldn't have known that this was such a great record if it hadn't been played that night. And then I found it used for like $6, so I had to pick it up. Mitch Ryder, Suck It To Me. Really, really great, sort of upbeat, just danceable stuff. It's like so good. And it's been wonderfully graffitied right on his face by, thank you so much, Ted Jackson. There's his phone number. I should call him up. Ted, yeah, I don't like what you did to that fucking Mitch Ryder record. Oh yeah, and you did it on the back too, didn't you? Oh yeah. Anyway, can you imagine if I actually did that? He's like, someone stole my records. Mitch Ryder, Sock It To Me, an original for a great price. And during our quiet time here at the house, we listened to this, one of my favorite Lucinda Williams albums, West. One that I didn't really know as well, obviously, as her older stuff like Car Wheels on a Gravel Road and Essence. But this is really great, wonderfully crafted songwriter, verging on like sort of the alt country vein, I guess you would say. Lucinda Williams isn't afraid to like mix it up with the musicianships and in her songs, and her vocals are just always out of this world amazing. And then there's the inside, the running horses, and the back. Standout tracks on this are You All Right? Like, she has a knack for just pulling on heartstrings, like when you listen to her music, man. Wrap My Head Around That is a great tune. Come On is a great tune. Yeah, she puts it all in her songs and it shows. Her father is a fantastic poet, and yeah, she's definitely carrying the torch in that respect. How we doing? 8 minutes, okay. Yeah, shout out to everybody that's been making videos too. Nice to see Chris 2147 Basket back making videos too, and you always show the stuff, the amazing records, Chris. It's so great. Also been watching Zeke Geek, the Zekester. He picks up some amazing stuff too, and just his knowledge on records is just, what certain pressings, it's amazing. For lack of a better word, I always use the word amazing, but yeah, I would like probably faint if I picked up some of the records that you did, Zekester. Like that original, that original 13th floor elevators. You'd never see that shit here, like never. But anyways, we listened to this during a quiet time. 10-inch by XTC, Ball and Chain, No Thugs in Our House. I especially love No Thugs in Our House. That's just such a great pop tune. You got to hand it to these guys. They consistently make great music, Like when they were making music, it's just amazing stuff. Listen to this during quiet time, and then turn it into a little bit of a dancing fest. De La Soul, 5 Feet High and Rising. Fred sent me a cover for this, and it's currently MIA, but this has the good record in it. And but anyway, I know I'll find it, but somewhere I have like a great cover for this, and I just have to find it. My records are just out to lunch, like in disarray right now, like not even close to alphabetical order. But anyway, De La Soul, 5 Feet High and Rising. And the tune that was just a killer on this was, Me, Myself, and I. I don't know. All of this whole album is just absolutely untouchable. Untouchable. De La Soul. We also listened to this. What was it? I wanted to play a song for Huxley on this, and then we just ended up listening to the whole thing, and it's great music, man. The Beatles, their latter part of their music from their career. This is like the Sgt. Pepper and the White Album, Here Comes the Sun, Octopus's Garden, the Ballad of John and Yoko. The thing is with the Beatles for me is that they're so overplayed to my ears that I literally know every little nook and cranny, or I think I do. I mean, when you're hearing a tune like, Here Comes the Sun, like I've heard that song so many times in whatever, situation, that it's wonderful music, but it's just, it's so ingrained in your head that it's hard to kind of be surprised. But I was surprised when I listened to this. I heard some things that I never noticed before, and it's just they're the Beatles. You can't fault them. Just amazing. For lack of a better word, this is the amazing video. All right, another one that we listened to during quiet time, and my wife loved this. Tom Waits' Small Change. I don't know, I might have shown this in the video before, but even if I did, yeah, but this is killer. Like singer-songwriter. The musicianship with this too is just out to lunch. Shelly Manne on drums. I didn't know that until I read the liner notes when I was listening to this last, but I've always loved the song "The Piano Has Been Drinking, Not Me," and what a small change. I can't wait to get off work and see my baby on Montgomery Avenue. This is just an absolute classic, let's just say. And that was in the listening stack. This was a very great score at a local record store. It was very, very cheap. It was 99 cents, and it's in like immaculate condition, all except it has this quite a serious warp in it. But I took a chance on it, and I took it home, and it plays, and there's really not that much of a difference in sound as if it wasn't warped, and this is just a classic, another classic album, The Specials, A Message to You, Rudy, Monkey Man, I mean, you name it. There's not a bad tune on this. It's wonderful UK-based ska, and basically it's kind of like the infancy of ska, I think, like in this time period. This was released in 1980 on Chrysalis Records. This is a Canadian pressing. Yeah, what can I say about The Specials? All right, maybe just a couple more, and we'll just okay. I've raved about this band before during my videos, before I stopped making them for a while, but they're just one of my favorite bands that are in the Atlantic Canadian region. They hail from Nova Scotia, but they've been getting play all over the place. They were on Pitchfork, like they were featured on Pitchfork. They've got videos now and stuff, so they're really, I don't know, my nose is so itchy tonight. Sorry. Nap Eyes from Nova Scotia. Thought, rock, fish scale. A wonderful blend of like Velvet Underground meets Pavement meets like, geez, I don't know, like, well, definitely there's a Lou Reed feeling to this album. And well, here you go. Here's some nice little photographs of Nova Scotia for you all. Very close to where I live. About 4-hour drive, I guess, but the landscape doesn't change very much when it comes to the Atlantic Ocean. Well, it changes, but it's always beautiful. You just check this out. I think that if you're a fan of, yeah, like the Velvet Underground and Pavement, you'll love this album. It's great. Okay, one more, and then that's it. I got this at Canada Day celebration. They have this giant flea market downtown here in St. John, and there's this new vendor was selling records, and I got this for a great price. I think this was $8. Excuse me, and it's a. I think it's a. It might not be an original actually, but Burning, the Wailers. I love this album so much. It's like the best album to put on a sunny day. You're just kicking back and relaxing. It's got all the lyrics in there and some photographs. Bob Marley and the Wailers, Burning. Great album. So yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I have some more records, but I'm not going to make this too long. I'm just enjoying regularly making videos again. You know, it's fun to talk about music and rap with friends about, you know, what they think of music. And I don't know what it is, but we all seem to have an obsession with music, and you just gotta go with it, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, so I'll talk to you guys soon. Take it easy, VC. Bye-bye.